Miss Mary, and I believe we're going to tell from your word of knowledge today. But before then, can we meet you? Let's start with a gentleman, but on white here.
Abraham Osai.
Abraham
Osai. My name is Tobin Okeke.
I'm thankful to be here.
Wow. Good. So we have amazing men with us today, and we are going to be looking at what men really want in a woman. And I believe that we'll go home with a lot today. Yes. So can you tell us what do you think men really want from a woman? And I don't know who's going to be the first person to talk about this. Then,
majorly, the most important thing that men really want in a woman is peace. When they have that peace, after the woman is going to give them that peace of mind. That's like the foundation of what every man wants in a woman. And every other one is now added to the peace.
okay. All right, I feel to establish, we're talking about, shared values it has become, lack of shared values, rather, communication of shared values has become an issue in relationships. And we are looking forward on how to repair the damages it has caused in most relationships. So we are talking about what men want from women as regards relationship, not just generally what men is looking up to in a woman on a casual note. We're talking about in the relationship circle, what does men really want from their partners, like women. So on this note, Mr. Abraham, can you tell us your view on what you think women want, or rather what men want from women?
The aspect of relationship.
Yes.
Well, the number thing most of the people need is spirituality. Every young man wants a prayer-filled lady, because if your woman is not a prayer-filled lady, she can't produce prayerful children. So that's one reason.
So what you're saying is every man needs a prayer-filled woman.
Yes, spirituality.
That's your view. All right, sir. So can we hear from you what a man needs?
Okay. I feel that one of the things, not basically the thing, but one of the things a man wants in a woman is a companion. I think that was how it has always been meant to be. Men want a companion, someone who is willing to go with us, someone who is willing to be there by our side, support our dreams where we want to. I think that's it.
Okay, that's nice. So different strokes for different folks. Good. So, Mr. Abraham, you said a man needs a woman that is spiritually filled. So is that basically or generally just what men are looking up to? You must be spiritually fit.
Relationship terms, just answering to what you asked.
Okay, relationship.
Yes, not on the general note. On the general note, I like what the spirit man just said recently. He just spoke my mind. And that's one of those things that is. And one thing, let me just speak into it, is prudence. You don't want a lazy girl. You don't want a jobless person. You want someone that is hardworking. You understand? So you want someone that is hardworking, that's prudence. So that's one of those things.
Okay.
Yeah.
I want someone that is hardworking and prudent.
Yeah.
You would agree with me that most relationships collapse today because of fear from the man's side. Most men today are really scared of ambitious ladies. So what's your take on that? About men being scared? Is this a pervasive and stereotype of men being scared of women that are successful. So what's your take on that?
I think it's a personality challenge. It's a personality thing. It's not general. It's not based on the general norm. Not all men are scared or ambitious. All we just need is unified vision. The vision needs to be together. Like Bible will say, we must be together, not one. Except the it means that there should be unified vision. Okay, you're ambitious, but your ambition is not against my ambition. It's working alongside.
So that's the view. So can we hear from you?
From what the last speaker just said now, it's a personal stuff. I feel why sometimes some men are actually scared about the success of their wife, in the sense that maybe the wife now is no longer being submissive in the house. She no longer listens to the husband again. So, and every man wants to feel that he's the, every man has that thing in him that, he is the head of the house. Just like the Bible has said, that he has made man to be the head of the home, just as Christ is the head of the church. Now, the ladies that we have now, many of them, when such things get into their head, they want to, they want to now prove now that equality now, that they are demanding, they can also fit into that man of the house too, and that is what causes the issue. But to me, for a relationship now, going for a lady now must be a lady now that has the same kind of drive and vision, purpose with mind, because two can work against each other. And according to the word of God, two has become one. So we must have like a unified vision, a purpose that we're driving at. So that's another with that unified now, it now means the two of us now to work together. My success is our success, my success is our success together.
So what you're saying is that if you have unified vision, there's no point being scared of your wife being successful or your partner being successful. Is that your point?
In a way, but even if you don't have unified vision, it's understanding.
Okay,
Understanding, and how the both of them are.
So, Mr. Tobe, can you contribute to that? Can we hear your view?
Yeah, adding to what my colleagues have said, unified vision and understanding. I think that generally men aren't as much scared at having an ambitious wife as they are at the outcome of that overdrive. Like he has said, becoming not submissive, okay, spending less time with the family, and most importantly, threatening the stand of the man as the source, as a provider. It's one of the securities we have as men, that it's one of our roles to provide. We've been always thought growing up, we're that provider, we are the source. So when a woman becomes over ambitious, the first thing we look at is they start thinking for themselves, what role do we now play if they become just like us?
Okay. Now, I heard you say they're over ambitious. Where do you classify a lady that is excessively hardworking when the husband, in the case where the husband is nowhere to do, or the partner is nowhere to do, and the lady is excessively hardworking? Do you classify her as being over ambitious?
No, I don't classify her as over ambitious. The woman I would classify as over ambitious is a woman with the intention of making herself independent of the man.
Okay.
If the source, if your drive is to support, I don't think that's being ambitious. But when you now want to establish yourself, you want to be independent from this man. He's not the one providing for me. I'm taking care of myself. You don't have an authority over me for that fact. If that is a drive.
Okay, now I heard you say support. I don't know, do you have any other, do you have contribution to say, to add to what he has said before I proceed my question?
Well,
Talking about hardworking lady, you classify it as being ambitious.
it all lies on the personal. It all lies. It's not on the general news. It all lies on who is involved: the man, the male, and the woman, the female. What is involved between both of them? You know, this thing too comes in with personality traits. You know, some might have this self-esteem, no self-esteem as a guy or as a young man might be thinking, you know, if the woman is having a lot of money more than the man or something, and the man can be feeling somehow, you understand, but that is not on the general basis.
So, you would agree with me that people usually suffer today because of this lady being over ambitious and the man not being well to do, like the man is not having enough money and the woman always goes out to work. The man starts feeling that you are taking my place as the man, you know, it happens now, what to do. So how do you handle such issues? You said something about support, if the drive is support. So how do you handle such issues and how do you communicate? How do you think it should be communicated to you men that this thing the lady is doing is a support, not taking your place as a man? How do you think it should be communicated to you?
One thing I need everybody to know is this: when it comes to relationship or marriage, knowledge is classical. Knowledge is very, very important, because with knowledge can peace be generated, and understanding, as Bertrand said earlier. So it's very, very important. The two people in that view or in that state of relationship need to understand each other. There should be stated terms towards, there should be their limits. You understand? It is not a bad thing for a woman to support the home. After all, she's an helper. That's what she's created to do. No matter how much you give a woman, she will still provide more than how much you brought to the table, because that is what she is created for. So for her going all out to make the home homey and hospitable is not a bad idea to me on a personal note. And it's just understanding that matters. It's understanding that
Okay, so on that note, how would you react to your wife, let's say your partner? How will you react if she comes home very late at night on that note of not being able to, I'm not paying for that. Like, you don't being able to provide to the standard you want. And she's also working, coming back late at night. How do you react to it?
Reacting in a relationship is immaturity. What needs to be done is come back to the table and redraft the strategy, communicate. Reacting is not good in relationship. Always communicate. When there is anything going on, say it to her, say it to him. Don't say it out of emotion, don't say it out of anger. Say in maturity. Honey, I need to talk to you, and you give me some time. This and this and this and this and this is going on. I want to trash it out, and the two can, of course, meet up to a junction of agreement.
Okay, so I think that will work for marriage. People that are married.
See, you can't
It's
see.
easier to work for, it's easier to achieve that in marriage than in a relationship where, let me say, you're planning to get married, like you're talking about a fiance and a fiancé.
The only
It's difficult
difference
to
between,
achieve.
sorry to cut
What do
you
you
short.
do in that situation?
Sorry to cut you short. The only difference between a relationship and marriage is because of the ring. It's still a relationship. It's just that the other one is a marriage, in a relationship in marriage, and the other one is either a relationship in courtship. They are both relationships, it both works.
And the other one involves cohabitation as well. So this
Yeah.
other aspect does not involve cohabitation. No, a woman that is in marriage, it's difficult for her to leave. She'll be like, I'm stuck. So whatever comes out, let me just take it. But in a relationship, it's difficult. A lady can just say, after all, I'm not married to you. Let me just, So how do you handle? It's different.
To handle what?
The issue you're talking about communicating how to support that communication. You're talking about is understanding. So how do you?
The problem we have, there are two things you must know that not knowing how to communicate is a problem. And you not communicating well is also a problem. So communication is key to any relationship or even into marriage. You understand? So that is just the still based on communication.
That's good. So I know that. I hope you're not tensed.
Tense.
No, you're not. You're not. I know you're not.
I'm
All right. So